our bodies are truly amazing. But sometimes, that natural strength can actually work against us. Let me explain what I mean. When it comes to the organs that filter out toxins, the decline is almost always completely silent. By the time you actually feel like something is wrong, a lot of damage might have already happened. This is especially true for those of us navigating life after 60. A major study published by the National Institutes of Health recently looked into this very issue. Researchers found something pretty surprising. A massive number of older adults are walking around with early-stage kidney disease. And the catch? They have absolutely no idea it is even happening. Because our kidneys are so good at adjusting, they just keep pushing through until they simply can't anymore. This quiet progression makes doing the hidden signs your absolute best defense. In this video, we are going to look closely at what these subtle warning signs actually mean. We'll talk about why they matter, so much more as we age. And we will cover what current medical research suggests you should keep an eye on. Now, just a quick reminder, this information is shared for educational purposes. It shouldn't replace a real conversation with your own doctor. If you notice any of these signs, it's always best to have a chat with a qualified healthcare provider. So, go ahead and get comfortable. Take a moment to really settle in and follow this closely. Because some of the things you are about to hear are incredibly easy to mistake for just getting older. And if you find this kind of honest, research-backed information helpful, gently tapping the like button helps others find it. Subscribing is also a great way to make sure we stay connected for future videos just like this one. Alright, let's get right into it. Number 1 on our list is a noticeable change in your daily bathroom habits. Specifically, waking up multiple times during the night, or noticing a foamy texture in the bowl. I know it's easy to just brush off frequent nighttime trips. You might think it's just your prostate, your bladder, or just a normal part of aging. But here is what might actually be going on inside. Your kidneys have millions of tiny little filters called nephrons. When those delicate filters get stressed or damaged, they actually lose their ability to concentrate your urine. Because they can't concentrate it, your body has to flush out fluid much more often. And what about that foam? Well, if you notice a lingering foam that doesn't go away after one flush, that is often a sign of protein in your urine. You see, healthy kidneys keep protein safely inside your blood. But when those filters wear down, the protein slips right through the cracks. It's a tiny, subtle shift. But medical researchers consistently point to this as one of the very first physical clues of kidney stress. Now, while bathroom habits are fairly easy to spot, this next one is often misunderstood. The second warning sign is a deep, unexplained fatigue, or feeling constantly cold. And I'm not just talking about feeling a little tired after a busy afternoon. This is a heavy, lingering kind of exhaustion. It's the kind where a full night of sleep doesn't make you feel any better. You are not alone in this, and there is a very fascinating reason why it happens. Your kidneys do much more than just filter waste. They also produce a very specific hormone called EPO. This hormone acts like a messenger, telling your bones to make oxygen-carrying red blood cells. When your kidneys are struggling, they simply stop sending out enough of those messengers. This leads to anemia. So, your brain and your muscles are literally being starved of the oxygen they need for energy. Take an older gentleman, for example. Let's call him Arthur. Arthur recently retired and just figured his sudden drop in energy was his body finally slowing down. He tried everything from drinking more coffee to taking long afternoon naps. But the heavy exhaustion just wouldn't lift. It wasn't until a routine blood test that his doctor figured it out. His kidneys were quietly failing to signal for enough red blood cells. If that deep tiredness sounded a little too familiar, this next point might explain even more. Moving right along to number 3, we have persistent swelling in your ankles, feet, or hands. Doctors usually call this edema. Your kidneys are essentially the master regulators of fluid and sodium in your body. When their filtering power starts to drop, they can't process and flush out salt the way they used to. So, the sodium just sits in your tissues, and wherever sodium goes, water follows. Because of gravity, this extra fluid usually sinks down to your legs and feet. You might notice your shoes feel tight, or you have deep lines from your socks at the end of the day. Experts at the Mayo Clinic frequently highlight this specific swelling as a key physical marker of kidney decline. Now, I know a lot of older adults take medications like blood pressure pills that can also cause a little bit of swelling. Because of that, this sign is ignored all the time. But if your legs feel unusually heavy, or if your eyes look puffy when you first wake up, pay attention. It's a very clear signal from your body that your fluid management system needs help. That kind of swelling is something you can easily see, but what happens next is often completely hidden. Number 4 is one that catches a lot of people off guard. It's a sudden metallic taste in your mouth, or breath that smells a bit like ammonia. You might wake up and find that your morning coffee suddenly tastes bitter. Or maybe foods you have loved for decades just don't appeal to you anymore. Meat, especially, can start to taste very strange. Here is the science behind why that happens. When your kidneys can't clean your blood properly, waste products start to build up. One of those main waste products is called urea. When urea levels get too high in your bloodstream, it actually breaks down into ammonia in your saliva. This completely hijacks your taste buds, and it causes a very distinct kind of bad breath. So many seniors just assume it's their dental work, or just their taste buds getting older. But if food stops tasting right, and you start losing your appetite, it might not be your mouth at all. It could very well be your kidneys waving a red flag. This silent buildup of waste affects more than just your dinner plate, which brings us to our final point. And finally, number 5, experiencing heavy brain fog, dizziness, or trouble focusing. When we get into our 60s and 70s, any slip in memory can feel a bit scary. We naturally worry about cognitive decline. But here is something many people don't realize. Your brain is incredibly sensitive to the quality of the blood pumping through it. If your kidneys aren't filtering out the trash, those toxins just circulate right back up to your brain. This toxic buildup scrambles your neural signals. It can leave you feeling dizzy, confused, or just unable to focus on a simple conversation. Let's think about a woman named Eleanor. At 68, she suddenly found herself struggling to balance her checkbook, a task she had done perfectly for years. She was terrified that she was losing her memory. But her doctor took a closer look and realized her kidney function was dropping. Toxins were simply clouding her mind. Once they addressed her kidney health, that mental fog finally lifted. It's a beautiful reminder that our body is entirely connected. When the main filter gets clogged, the brain is usually the first to complain. Your kidneys are such hard-working, quiet organs. They will often keep pushing through until they are barely working at all. But understanding these 5 signs isn't meant to scare you. It's actually about empowering you. It's about knowing that changes in your energy, your taste, or your bathroom habits aren't always just getting older. They are your body trying to tell you a story. So, if you recognize any of these patterns in yourself or in a friend, please don't just brush them off. A simple, painless blood or urine test at your doctor's office can tell you exactly what is going on. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about your body today. You are taking a great step just by being here. Listen to your body, always advocate for your health, and please take good care of yourself. Thanks for watching!